New York City, a place where the rhythm of life never slows down, is known for its hustle, the constant flow of people, and the sounds of traffic filling the streets. Amidst all this, the subway stations are often a hub of activity. Commuters rush through the tunnels, headphones in their ears, eyes glued to their phones, just trying to make it through their day. But on this particular morning, something out of the ordinary is about to unfold. Billy Joel, a name synonymous with the piano, is one of the most iconic musicians of all time. His legendary hits, such as Piano Man and Uptown Girl, have echoed through stadiums and radio waves for decades. His career has spanned over 50 years, and his music has touched the hearts of millions. Yet, on this day, he isn't playing in front of a massive audience, nor is he performing at one of his famous concerts. Instead, he is in the heart of the city, in a place far from the glamorous stages where he's accustomed to performing. A piano, sitting strangely in the corner of a bustling subway station, seems completely out of place. It stands alone amidst the rush of commuters, an antique-looking instrument, possibly left behind by mistake, or perhaps placed there for some unknown reason. The station is filled with the usual sounds of clattering footsteps, train announcements, and the soft hum of conversation. People walk by the piano without giving it a second glance, wrapped up in their busy routines, completely unaware that something extraordinary is about to happen. As the seconds tick by, the station remains unaware of the surprise waiting to unfold. It is just another ordinary day in the city, until a moment arrives that will forever change the way these commuters see the world around them. The bustling noise of the subway station continues, with commuters hurrying in all directions, glancing at their watches or checking their phones. But then, a soft sound begins to emerge from the corner of the station, delicate and subtle, like a whisper against the noise of the city. It's the faintest sound of piano keys being played, and at first, no one seems to notice. But soon, the melody grows louder, its richness cutting through the ambient hum of the station. A man, dressed casually in a jacket and jeans, has sat down at the piano. His fingers move gracefully over the keys, playing a gentle and familiar tune. His face is calm, focused entirely on the music, completely immersed in the moment. He doesn't look out of place, just another musician in New York, maybe busking for a few extra dollars, or practicing before his next performance. But there's something different about the way he plays. At first, the commuters are oblivious. Some glance briefly at the man, hearing the music but assuming it's just another street performer. They continue on with their routine, not stopping to pay much attention. A few people slow down, momentarily intrigued by the pleasant sound, but not quite invested enough to stop. They shuffle past, their minds elsewhere. Then, Billy Joel plays one of his iconic songs. The melody instantly becomes recognizable to those who are listening closely, a well-known tune that's been etched into the collective memory of millions. It's Piano Man, a song so famous that even the most casual listener can immediately pick up on the tune. More heads turn now, people begin to stop, slowly gathering around the piano. Some are looking curiously, trying to pinpoint the source of the music. Others take out their phones, silently recording the moment. Still, most don't realize who's playing. They're just drawn to the music, to the way it fills the station, weaving its magic through the air. Billy Joel continues to play, his fingers effortlessly gliding over the keys, lost in the flow of his performance. The atmosphere in the station is shifting. What was once a hurried, chaotic setting is starting to feel a little different, the music creating a sense of calm that starts to spread. The sounds of footsteps slow, people's conversations quiet down, and for a few moments, the station seems to stand still, caught in the spell of the music. But still, no one knows who the man at the piano is. The crowd is mesmerized by the music, but the identity of the musician remains a mystery. Little do they know, the man playing before them is one of the greatest musical legends to ever walk the earth. As the music flows through the subway station, more and more people begin to gather around the piano, drawn in by the captivating melody. The crowd is a mix of commuters, some are just trying to catch a train, while others pause to savor the unexpected performance. It's almost as if the rush of daily life has momentarily faded into the background, and the soothing notes from the piano are creating a shared space, a break from the frantic pace of the city. A few people stop right in front of the piano, their heads tilting as they try to figure out where they've heard this tune before. They look around, their faces reflecting a mix of wonder and curiosity. Some of them start filming with their phones, capturing the rare moment, but still not fully realizing what they're witnessing. It's clear that they're moved by the music, they can feel the emotions woven into every chord, but they haven't yet made the connection to the performer. To them, it's just a talented street musician. Whispers begin to ripple through the crowd as more people stop to listen. A young woman, standing a few feet away, nudges her friend and says, "This sounds just like Billy Joel. Do you think it's really him?" Her friend shrugs, skeptical but intrigued. The idea seems far-fetched, even in a city like New York, where unexpected encounters are part of the charm. After all, how could it be? Billy Joel, in a subway station playing casually. It seems too unlikely to be true. The crowd continues to grow, and the sounds of chatter begin to quiet. People are still moving in and out of the station, but the pace has slowed. No one is in quite as much of a hurry anymore. The music has created a temporary pause in the usual rhythm of the place, and it's as if everyone is now part of the same shared experience. Eyes are drawn to the piano, to the man playing it with such ease, his fingers dancing over the keys, as if he's telling a story with every note. It's mesmerizing. As Billy Joel continues to play, his fingers gliding effortlessly over the keys, there's an undeniable power in the music. It's more than just a performance, it's an experience, an emotional moment that's slowly weaving its way through the crowd. Some of the commuters begin to whisper to each other, unsure but intrigued. Is it really him? The voice sounds like him, but no, it can't be. Why would he be here? For some, there's a lingering doubt, a reluctance to believe that this could be Billy Joel himself. It feels too surreal. Still, as the crowd thickens around the piano, the music pulls them in deeper. With every note, a sense of awe and wonder settles over them. This isn't just background noise, it's an intimate connection between the musician and his audience, one that is beginning to feel like a rare privilege, even if they don't fully know why. Some are still filming, trying to capture the moment on their phones, but the truth is, they're not sure if they should be recording this incredible moment, or just living in it. Others simply stand, mesmerized, their faces soft with the emotion the music brings. It's the kind of moment you don't expect to experience on a busy Monday morning in a subway station, but here it is, unfolding in real time. Despite their curiosity, most of the crowd still doesn't know that they are witnessing a moment that will go down in history. To them, it's just an amazing surprise, a beautiful piece of music played by an anonymous stranger, but something about it feels too special to be just coincidence. Still, they continue to listen, captivated by the sound of the piano, each note making them feel like part of something bigger than their busy everyday lives. As Billy Joel continues to play, the crowd's attention grows more intense. The melody of Piano Man swirls through the air, its familiar tones weaving a sense of nostalgia and wonder. The whispers among the crowd intensify, and more people begin to take notice. The music is so moving, so unmistakably his, that it's impossible to ignore the possibility. Could it really be Billy Joel? It begins with one person, a middle-aged man standing near the front, his eyes widening as the realization hits him. His jaw drops slightly as he looks more closely at the man playing the piano. "No way," he mutters under his breath, his voice barely audible over the music. Slowly, he takes a few steps closer, his mind racing. He knows that face. He knows that style. It's Billy Joel, the man who had written the soundtrack of his youth, whose music had accompanied him through every major moment of his life. He's not the only one who's starting to catch on. A woman standing next to him, holding a cup of coffee, gasps as the same thought hits her. Her eyes dart between the pianist and her phone, a mix of disbelief and excitement bubbling within her. "Oh my God, it is him," she says, her voice rising in shock. "That's Billy Joel." In the subway, the realization spreads like wildfire through the crowd. More and more people begin to make the connection. The whispers grow louder like an electric charge running through the air. "That's him, isn't it? Billy Joel." People start turning to each other, exchanging wide-eyed glances. It's as if the entire crowd has collectively woken up to the extraordinary thing happening right in front of them. The moment of recognition is profound, and it sends ripples of excitement through the station. Those who had only been casually listening, unsure of what was happening, now understand that they are witnessing something truly unique. Shock and disbelief sweep over them, as the full weight of the situation settles in. Billy Joel, the legendary musician, The man whose music had become part of the soundtrack of their lives, is sitting right there, playing in the middle of a subway station. The crowd's energy shifts from curiosity to pure amazement. It's not just the fact that Billy Joel is playing, but the realization that they are part of something completely unexpected. They aren't at one of his concerts, surrounded by thousands of fans. They are here, in the subway, with him, just feet away from this legend. There's a rawness to the moment, an intimacy that no concert could ever replicate. Excitement begins to ripple through the crowd. Some people, now realizing they are standing near a true icon, pull out their phones to capture the moment. Others start to clap, not sure if they should join in or remain quiet in awe. Some even begin to sing softly along with the melody, unsure if they should, but feeling compelled to do so in the presence of the music they've known all their lives. The realization is dawning on the commuters. Billy Joel, in his full legendary glory, is playing in the subway. The shock is palpable. It's as if the city itself has come to a standstill, and in this brief, magical moment, everyone is united by the sheer wonder of it all. People's faces light up with disbelief, joy, and wonder, as though they've just witnessed something beyond the ordinary. This isn't just a performance, it's an unforgettable moment in time that they will carry with them forever. As Billy Joel's fingers continue to dance across the keys, the atmosphere in the subway station undergoes a remarkable transformation. What was once a bustling, indifferent crowd of commuters rushing to and from their destinations, is now a group of strangers united by a shared experience, drawn together by the power of the music. The noise of the station fades away, replaced by the warm, soothing sound of the piano that has captivated everyone in its reach. The most striking thing about the moment is the connection it creates among the people present. In a place where people are typically focused on their own lives, heads down, eyes on their phones, navigating the daily grind, Billy Joel's surprise performance has shattered that isolation. The crowd now gathered around the piano becomes part of something bigger than themselves. There are no strangers in this moment. Everyone is connected through the music, through the magic of this shared experience. Some people start to sing along, their voices soft at first, tentative as if unsure whether it's appropriate to join in. But as the music flows, the hesitancy fades. The lyrics of Piano Man are as familiar to them as their own names, and with each passing line, more voices join in. It's spontaneous, like a flash mob, but instead of a planned performance, it's an organic coming together of souls, united in this beautiful unplanned moment. Others simply stand, eyes closed, lost in the music. For those who are caught in the rush of their daily routines, this moment is a rare gift. The hurried pace of the world around them has slowed, and they take a breath, allowing themselves to fully appreciate the magic happening in front of them. The pressures of work, the stress of the commute, the chaos of city life, all of it melts away in the face of this intimate performance. For the first time in a long while, they are truly present, experiencing something that transcends the ordinary. The emotional energy in the station continues to build, with each passing note. It's a feeling of joy, of wonder, and of awe, mixed with a tinge of disbelief. This is the kind of moment that people tell stories about for years, the kind of experience that stays with you long after it's over. The crowd is no longer just watching Billy Joel perform, they are feeling the music, letting it sweep them away, and for a brief moment, time itself seems to stand still. Commuters who were initially rushing to their next destination, now find themselves pausing, even hesitating to get on the train. The usual impatience, the irritation that often accompanies the subway ride, is replaced with a sense of calm and wonder. They might still have places to be, but for a few minutes, they allow themselves to be a part of something much bigger than their own agendas. It's not just the music that's affecting them, it's the realization of the rarity of the moment. They are in the presence of a musical legend, but more than that, they are part of a living, breathing memory that will be talked about long after the last note fades away. For some, this experience will be a turning point, a moment of clarity, in a world that often feels like it's moving too fast. It's a reminder to slow down, to appreciate the beauty in the unexpected, and to savor the moments that take you by surprise. As Billy Joel's performance continues, the energy in the station grows more electric. There's a shared sense of joy and excitement in the air, a collective appreciation for the beauty of the music and the spontaneity of the moment. The usual noise of the subway, The screeching of train wheels, the sound of footsteps rushing to catch a train, is replaced by a quiet reverence, as if everyone is holding their breath, not wanting to disturb the magic unfolding before them. The crowd, once a sea of hurried strangers, is now a unified group of people who have experienced something extraordinary together. The connection forged through the music is undeniable, and it will be felt long after Billy Joel's last note fades into the distance. As the last chords of Billy Joel's song echo through the subway station, the crowd is left in stunned silence, the impact of the performance still hanging in the air. For a brief moment, everything feels suspended in time. People are still processing what they've just witnessed, their hearts racing with excitement and disbelief. The sound of the piano slowly fades as Billy Joel's hands lift from the keys, signaling the end of the impromptu performance. The crowd's reaction is overwhelming. Applause erupts like a wave, quickly spreading from one person to the next. The once quiet commuters are now cheering, clapping, and shouting their appreciation. Some shout out, "Thank you, Billy," and "That was amazing." Others are still in awe, not entirely able to comprehend that they've just experienced a living legend playing in front of them. A few people even jump up and down in sheer excitement, unable to contain their enthusiasm. Billy Joel stands up from the piano, his expression warm and grateful, yet almost humbled by the response. He looks around at the crowd, taking in the sea of faces, all still caught in the emotional pull of the music. There's a quiet acknowledgement between him and the audience, a shared understanding that something special just took place. In that fleeting moment, it's clear that the connection was mutual, not just between him and the people listening, but between everyone present, as if the music itself had created a bond that transcended the usual chaos of city life. With a quick nod and a smile, Billy Joel steps away from the piano. His exit is smooth, almost nonchalant, as if he's used to moments like this. He doesn't seek out any further attention, he simply begins to walk away, but as he moves through the crowd, there's a palpable shift in the air. People watch him leave, still processing the fact that this man, who they had only seen on television or in concert halls, is now walking among them in a subway station, like any other New Yorker. The crowd lingers, their excitement still buzzing in the air. Some are taking photos of the piano, some are chatting animatedly with each other, sharing their disbelief and excitement. A few people, still holding their phones, quickly check their cameras to see if they caught a decent shot of the moment, but most are too caught up in the surreal nature of what they just witnessed to care much about the photos. Billy Joel, however, doesn't look back. As he moves through the station, he simply becomes part of the crowd. He disappears into the sea of commuters, no longer the performer at the piano, but just another face in the crowd, blending into the everyday New York hustle. For those who witnessed it though, the moment feels like something out of a dream. They turn to each other, wide-eyed, still in disbelief. "Did that really just happen?" someone asks. Others nod, still processing the shock of it all. Some smile, knowing they were part of something unforgettable, something that will be retold for years, but even as the crowd disperses, there's a sense of wonder that lingers in the air, a shared connection that won't be easily forgotten. And just like that, the magic of the moment is gone. The subway station begins to return to its normal rhythm. The sounds of hurried footsteps, the screech of the train arriving, the dull buzz of commuters, everything slowly begins to return to normal. But for those who were there, the memory of Billy Joel playing piano in the subway will live on, an unexpected twist in their daily routine that left them with a story that no one would believe unless they'd seen it with their own eyes.